10 Things You Didn't Know About Oral Sex, a psychology-backed story. When Maya and Arjun first started dating, they thought intimacy was only about passion and physical attraction. But as their relationship deepened, they discovered that sex was as much about the mind as it was about the body. One night, during a long conversation about their desires, the topic of oral sex surfaced, a subject both had quietly wondered about but rarely discussed. What unfolded between them was not just a bedroom revelation, but a journey into human psychology, culture, and connection. 1. More than pleasure. Arjun admitted he always thought oral sex was just about physical satisfaction, but Maya explained how giving it can actually be an act of trust, like saying, "I care enough to put your pleasure before mine." Psychologists call this intimacy building, where the act becomes a language of affection. 2. Cultural shadows. Growing up in conservative households, both had been taught that oral sex was dirty or shameful. Yet in other cultures, it was celebrated as natural foreplay. This contrast made them realize how much cultural attitudes shape personal comfort and desire. 3. Chemistry in the brain. The first time they explored, both were surprised by the closeness that followed. What they didn't know then was that their bodies had released oxytocin and dopamine, neurochemicals that don't just heighten pleasure but strengthen emotional bonds. Science was quietly working in the background. 4. Different lenses. Arjun admitted that receiving oral made him feel admired, even powerful. Maya, however, confessed that giving oral made her feel emotionally close, as if she was offering something deeply personal. Their conversation revealed how men and women often frame the experience differently, a fact supported by psychological studies. 5. Anxiety melts away. Maya once confessed that she sometimes felt anxious about performance during penetrative sex. Oral intimacy, however, carried less pressure and allowed her to relax, laugh, and enjoy the moment. It reminded them both that sex doesn't need to follow a rigid script. 6. The hygiene factor. They laughed about how much more comfortable they felt after showering together. Hygiene wasn't just about cleanliness, it was about respect. Studies show that when people feel their partner maintains good hygiene, willingness and arousal increase dramatically. 7. Relationship happiness. Over time, oral intimacy became a symbol of their mutual giving. They stumbled upon a study from the Journal of Sexual Medicine, which confirmed what they already felt. Couples who include oral sex often report greater relationship satisfaction. 8. Overestimated desires. At one point, Arjun worried he wasn't as enthusiastic as men in porn seemed to be. Maya admitted she sometimes compared herself too. They realized that media often exaggerates enjoyment, creating unrealistic standards that make real people feel self-conscious. 9. Barriers of the mind. For Maya, early guilt lingered from her upbringing. She sometimes felt she was doing something wrong. It took open talks and gentle reassurance from Arjun for her to overcome that barrier, a reminder of how deeply psychology and past experiences shape desire. 10. The power of talking. Eventually, communication became their secret weapon. They spoke openly about what felt good, what didn't, and what boundaries they wanted respected. Each conversation made the act more enjoyable and freeing. In the end, Maya and Arjun learned that oral sex wasn't just an erotic act. It was a mirror reflecting psychology, biology, culture, and love. The more they understood it, the more confident, respectful, and deeply connected they became.